Imagine you are just going about your day. Suddenly something feels very different. For 5 seconds, the oxygen in our atmosphere vanishes. Poof, gone. Oxygen is super important, folks. It makes up about 21% of our air. We breathe it in every few seconds. Without it, life as we know it stops. Think about fire. What does fire need? That's right, oxygen. No oxygen, no campfires, no candles. Plants make oxygen for us during photosynthesis. Now, 5 seconds might not sound very long, but for the Earth to lose all its oxygen, it would be a huge, mind-boggling event. So buckle up, science fans. Let's dive into this wild thought experiment. So, oxygen is gone for 5 seconds. What happens to us? You wouldn't immediately pass out. Most people can hold their breath for much longer than 5 seconds. But your body would notice. Things would get weird, fast. The first thing you might feel? Pop in your ears. A big, sudden pop. This is because of air pressure. Oxygen makes up part of that pressure. Take away 21% of the air, the pressure outside drops, fast. Your eardrums would feel that change. Ouch! And here's a shocker: sunburn. Instant, nasty sunburn for everyone outside. Our atmosphere has ozone, made of oxygen. No oxygen means no ozone layer. Intense UV radiation hits us. Skin would burn very quickly. Inside your body, your cells use oxygen to make energy. For 5 seconds, that process stops. Your body's internal chemistry. It would be thrown into total confusion. What about all our cool technology? Cars, planes, computers, what happens? Anything with a combustion engine stops. Instantly. Cars run on gasoline. Engines burn that fuel with oxygen. No oxygen means no burning. So cars would coast to a stop. Trucks too. Motorcycles as well. Planes in the sky? Big trouble. Their jet engines also need oxygen. No oxygen means no thrust. Planes would start to fall. It would be a scary 5 seconds for everyone on board those planes. Now, what about fires? All fires. They would all go out, extinguished. Every single flame on the planet. Campfires, gas stoves, factory furnaces. Imagine a world without any fire. For 5 whole seconds, darkness and quiet. The problem comes when oxygen returns. After those 5 seconds, it rushes back. All that unburnt fuel from engines, from those extinguished fires, it's still there. Suddenly, it meets a rich supply of oxygen. Boom! Massive explosions everywhere. Fires would reignite with incredible force. This would be louder and more dangerous than when they just went out. Our planet itself would react wildly. Think about buildings and bridges. Many are made with concrete. Oxygen is a very important binder in concrete. Without oxygen, concrete loses strength. So buildings could crumble. Bridges might start to collapse. Dams could crack and fail. And the sky, it would turn dark, very dark, almost black like outer space. Oxygen molecules in the air scatter sunlight. No oxygen means much less scattering. The sun would still be up there, but its light would not fill the sky. The Earth's crust is full of oxygen. About 45% of it is oxygen by weight, but this oxygen is locked up in rocks, in minerals, in silica. This bound oxygen wouldn't just vanish, but any untreated metals exposed to air, they would stop oxidizing for 5 seconds. Then oxidize superfast when O2 returns, and water, H2O. The oxygen in the water molecules is safe. It wouldn't disappear. Oceans would still be water. But what about the oxygen dissolved in water? Fish and other marine life need that. The surface layers of water would lose dissolved O2. This would be a big shock, especially for tiny organisms near the surface. Let's talk about life in the oceans. Fish, crabs, whales, tiny plankton. They all need dissolved oxygen. A 5-second pause in oxygen availability, it would be very bad for many of them. Smaller creatures and plankton are sensitive. They might not survive this sudden change. Larger animals might gasp, then recover. But the food web would be disrupted. Remember those reigniting fires and engines? That explosive return of oxygen? The noise would be incredible. Buildings and structures already weakened? They would face new shockwaves, more damage. It would be chaos, pure noisy chaos. The sudden return is almost as dramatic as the sudden disappearance of oxygen. The long-term damage would be huge, even if humans survived the 5 seconds. And the immediate, fiery, noisy return. Think about the worldwide infrastructure. Crumbling buildings, broken bridges, failed dams, wrecked transportation systems. The global economy would basically stop. Rebuilding would take so much time, years, decades, maybe even centuries. It's a sobering thought, isn't it? This invisible gas we breathe without thinking? It is absolutely vital. We should appreciate every single breath. Oxygen, it's pretty amazing stuff. Consider that.